Bruh. Bruh.
Hey, traders.
Welcome to episode 925. You couldn't be doing anything because of Corona, so you're here. Thank you. Oh my God, man. Y'all are more upset about the dislikes than me, man. Get them, chat. Get them. Sorry, that's all I can say. Thanks for the support. So yeah, Bitcoin, that 58.72, that February 2018 low. Three white soldiers continuing on, almost up 12%. You got to go all the way back. Remember here and here? That was it, man. February 5th, 2018. What's up? Pamersty, dudes. Yeah, Pamersty. Yeah, we had a couple classes together in college. Is that you, man? So above 6,400, which is a pretty critical support resistance area. Once you broke it last time, you made it all the way down to 5,800. So now you're above it. And hey, let's get some candle close confirmation. Hour 52 minutes. If you do confirm above it, there's a chance we could run to 6,800 at some point. But you're kind of looking here. Are we going to make a lower high? Right, is this some sort of X, A, B, C, D stuff? Or we're nearing a 78% retrace from the high? It's possible. And if you keep building positive momentum, soon you'll be maybe making hidden bearish divergence. But here's something. Okay, I want y'all to see this. And this is just devil's advocate. This is like just a look. Go ahead, burn me at the stakes. It's fine. What is that, chat? What could that be? Maybe. Just maybe. Meh. Is someone disrupting my work, huh? We're good. No, man. We're good. 65.50. Could just be an ascending triangle, man. But not if you make like a lower high and then you hit this potential demand line and break it to the downside. It's starting to just get real foggy now for me, because it's like that sell-off, you know, you were looking for the divergence on the daily, but something's happening now with this type of price action with these higher lows. Something that's like hasn't happened yet, and you've got 6 days of price action before it becomes maybe confirmed a little bit. But you have to go to the weekly time scale, and you have to see that maybe, just maybe, the negative momentum is beginning to wane. And it could be a low, and a much lower low with lower levels of negative momentum on one of the most significant time scales that exist. You just need to, where you are now, just don't sell off again, and you will be getting it. But again, this is 6 days and 2 hours until, you know, it's confirmed. This could easily just sell off again, and then it goes red. All right, so getting above 40 on the RSI on the weekly, nice. Haven't been above 40 on the RSI since the beginning of the month. It's now the end. We got one more day, the 31st, and then it will be April Fool's Day. Wonder if we get some sort. What's the monthly look like? Monthly, gross. Just a big red nasty candle with tons of rejection. Looks like just on Coinbase, highest monthly volume Bitcoin seen since December 1st, 2017. Wow. So this is the way it's, I mean, it's going to be close to this most likely, unless we get some crazy price action. Okay. So just thoughts. That would be wild, man. It's hard to believe, you know, the fact that you are in a downtrend, right? You're not in a bull trend. But we've seen ascending triangles develop before after dumps. You got to go back to late. It's really
Mitchie is a Bitcoin bull now. Kings for life. As always, thanks for the stream, brother.
Thank you, Little James, for the 10. Really appreciate it, man. I wouldn't say bull at all, right? I mean, I'm just playing devil's advocate and looking at patterns, maybe just looking at it differently. You know, you don't want to get caught in an echo chamber. You want to be able to like just erase everything on the chart and start over from scratch. And that, in a way, is cathartic itself. That's a fun, stress relieving event. Clear the chart, start over. Erase your Etch-a-Sketch. So the thing about Bitcoin, we know it could go higher and it wouldn't be the weirdest thing in the world just based on Fibonacci. I'm not talking about divergence and anything like that. Hey, the bearish divergence played out. The pattern, the potential Adam and Eve double top never was confirmed. You know that because we never broke the neckline. We just ended up making a higher low and we've begun to rally again. Go ahead, log scale. There we go. So in linear scale, from your high to low, a 50% retrace is 71.75 and a 618 is 79.64. Remember that. You can't forget about it because, you know, it's like, all right, if you're pivoting and making higher low, there's accumulation going on right now maybe, then it could climb to the deeper, more moderate retraces, or more deep, moderate retraces, excuse me. Okay, so just got to keep that in mind. So here's the quad screen. Dow Jones Industrial top left. S&P 500 top right. Gold bottom left. And then the NASDAQ composite bottom right. So a great day. I mean, what did everything close at? What did the S&P close at? 3.35%. Green day brought you back to where you were March 26th. That high. So I wonder if the rally is able to continue tomorrow. Eventually, I think around 2,800's a 50% retrace right up here. And then you've got the Dow Jones that closed lower than that March 26 high. And we know it's already hit its 38% retrace. And the 50%'s up here in the 23s. Okay. NASDAQ, you know, 7,700. Nice. Critical support broken and held above it. This is good stuff. Even better on the Qs. And then gold, man, just sideways like crazy. What's up, Cajun guy? Thanks for the sub. All right, just, I mean, sideways as F. Just a little flag consolidation. Could go either way. Since we had an impulse down and we've rallied to deep retrace levels, you know, it could always sell off and back test this level. The old, this was a, isn't it weird, man? Like Bitcoin, you know, never breaks its neckline. Makes a, you know, if gold was Bitcoin. What's up, Shui? Eric, thanks for the €1. Yeah, Bitcoin never broke this neckline here. It like made a higher low and started running again, where gold broke out. Okay. Man, what was shining like the Jesus man today? It was Microsoft. Couldn't keep up with Bitcoin, but come on, dude. It's a stock. So look, your high to low up. I mean, it closed the day up 7%. We've almost hit the 50% retrace at 161.50. We're talking a 50% retrace from all-time highs. Already, that's so fast. It took almost no time to get to that common retrace area where oftentimes you do reverse the downside. But hey, what if the market keeps going up? I don't know, man. It's the whole world economy is shut down right now. So, but companies like Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Apple, they have a lot of online services that are still making bank, much less affected than many other assets, right? Like, think about the services industry, like restaurants, you know, entertainment. Oh, just butchered. It's a sector killer. You know, it can kill certain sectors. This coronavirus is hurting everything, but there are some assets that are gonna outperform just based on the fundamentals of it, right? I mean, how affected is Microsoft negatively? You know, of course, people are out of their jobs. That's like a blanket effect, but they're able to still provide their services, sell Windows operating systems, still able to, you know, promote Mixer, which is a terrible streaming platform. Don't fall for it. Dude, we're nearing areas where you do reverse majorly the downside again. Let's just go to the S&P. I mean, we looked at it, but not with Fibonacci, where this still has room to run to the upside, high to low, 50% retrace, 2793. So this could continue to climb, and unsuspecting victims thinking, oh, it's no big, this is great, dude, I need to buy now, I'm gonna miss out. And it's like you get to these common retrace areas and you forget that the whole world economy shut down and trillions are being lost because of it, and then it dumps again. Right, dead cat bounce. I think we might be working on the dead cat bounce, where you still have yet to hit the 38% retrace. You're so close, like one more green day, so we can at least say we touched the golden zone. 2651, that 382. This is still very real, okay? Don't like forget about the 4-hour hidden bearish divergence. You could climb up to the 50% or a little bit higher, and it's still gonna be, I think, real, where you had a clear discernible type of peak here, and now you have a much lower discernible peak or high, and it could keep climbing. It's not over. The wave's not done yet. With much higher levels of positive momentum, that's impending price action continuation, the downside. That's what that signifies. At the same time, you're not even close to being overbought. So there's room to run to the upside. I mean, for this reflexive rally to continue. It's not like you're, I mean, you see what I'm saying? It's kind of like a classic divergence, but it could keep climbing, and the hidden bearish divergence could still be there. Just drinking my one coffee, man. 60-minute divergence played out last night on Bitcoin. Yeah, hey, man. It did. The RSI divergence, right? It truly did play out. Real talk, man. Yeah, and we can look at the Qs too, where Microsoft is one of the largest, one of the largest percentage holdings in the asset. The Qs, where, I mean, this is, for me, it was so technical. It was like, what else has to happen for this to play out now with the tweezer bottom, man? And so you've broken what seems to be the supply line of, looks kind of like a descending broadening wedge, whatever. You're out of it now anyway. And there's room to run, but, at the same time, you've got like that hidden bearish divergence going on where you got a high, the lower high. You get it. It's real. But even if you get up to the 50% retrace, you could still have that hidden bearish divergence. Eventually, the positive momentum will begin to wane again. Okay, chat, are we cool? Anyone out there, man? Rip to the old economy? Well, dude, we will come out of this different. A lot of business will stay similar, close to the same. Some industries will die completely. Good God, Macy's, man. Starting to furlough workers, suspending their dividend. I mean, what's the why even buy or own Macy's? Oh my God, there's no reason at all. So there's just certain sectors that were beaten down that are probably going to die because of it. And then there are going to be new industries that are going to be born out of this. They're going to be, you think about how many people right now are stuck at home, and very smart people, right? High IQs, they have had a job or have a job and they can't work, and they're thinking about entrepreneurship because it's like, how can I do something, start a business or something online and not have to interact with people because of coronavirus, right? People are going to figure out ways to innovate. And there will be another breakthrough. We'll have new industries New service. I mean, just look at Uber Eats and all that. You know, that's crazy. Cisco and Microsoft, they're all having these like insane like increases to their cloud services. You know, that's going to keep ramping up. So many malls are done to this. Oh, I thought they were already done. Who's going to sponsor the Thanksgiving Day parade? If we even have one. Because remember, second wave is supposed to be worse than the first wave of these types of pandemics. This pandemic that will be, you know, it's going to be here with us for probably forever. As long as we're all alive. Stupid communist virus. Oh my God. Let's look at it. We were at 741,000 cases this morning. And now we're at 777,000. Well, it just dropped to 775,000. So okay. But Bitcoin's still over 6,500. What's up, Shui, Eric? Thanks for the €2. So what were we at on the retrace? Was it like the 618 high to low? Yeah, look, you're at the golden retrace. So, you know, until you break 6,800, man, I still like I felt the same way up here. It's like until you break 6,800, you can't be bullish. So until you break 6,800, you still can't be bullish. Because all that can happen is you just make a lower high. When people will talk about the, you know, I guess I understand, you know, the whole, what if it goes up to 6,700, you know, and it's like a left shoulder, head right shoulder, then you might have a case of that going on too. Very nebulous, man. It's tough. You know, you had an edge. And then maybe on the 60-minute you had an edge, but to see it rally like that, I definitely outperformed, my God. It in the stock market, you know, the equities market really helped get this up even more. A town in Kansas just had a direct E3 tornado strike. Wiped out a mall. But because of coronavirus, no one was there. Corona saved lives. Wow. I don't know, man. We live in weird times. We cool, chat? Thanks for the 762 people tuned in. Yeah, if you're enjoying the live stream, the like button, the bell, the sub. There's, I think it might be the sex bots, but it's probably some scrub out there. I mean, we know it's multi-account. One person with multiple accounts. They're like disliking the stream. Oh, we got 43 dislikes. Yeah, right. Okay, dude. You want to see almost my 1,000 episodes, my like to dislike ratio? I'm at like 98% likes, and then like 1 to 2% dislikes, like total on average. You'll never be able to screw that average up because there's just so much data. So it's just someone mad, dude. Someone's real mad. So yeah, all you can do is just like the stream. As many likes as we can get. Hold on. So it's like Ethereum, you know, that had that sell-off. Like Bitcoin, same thing, right? Rally, got above 131. What's 131? Pretty important area. Support resistance. You're above it. It's just good. So it's almost like in the situation, what do you have? How was the channel? Did I ever plot the channel? I don't know if I did. See, on Ethereum, if you plot a channel, you never broke out of anything, man. There was no bearish breakout. what is it? A bullish Gartley on Ethereum on the 4-hour? I'm looking at Ethereum on the 4-hour. Bullish Gartley. X, A, B, C, D. Well, it's a little late now, I guess. But yeah, I mean, maybe it's possible. You know, he's talking about this. But I don't know. I don't think that's deep enough at all. Nah, not deep enough. So, like, it'd be a bat, a bullish bat, not a Gartley. And that was the area, but it never made it. But it looks like it made a 200% retrace, maybe. Yeah, right at 200% retrace before it bounced. Through its older Bitcoin, you know. So Bitcoin maybe had something similar to this. So good observation, but a little off just because you need that to be a 61.8% retrace only. How fast can the stimulus checks go out? I think it's 3 weeks, right? I think that's all they can do. That's as fast as they can go, right? That's pretty fast. You consider it's how many hundreds of millions, or is it going to be like over 100 million people get checks? Probably. You'd think so, for sure. So I don't know, man. You know, you had the 60-minute divergence, just like Bitcoin did, and you rallied. Bitcoin rallied. I mean, and Bitcoin's near its high of the day, 65.57. I mean, but really until you break 6,800, man. But the argument, the devil's advocate, man. Yeah, this is devil's advocate now. Where it could be, if you're lucky, it may be a momentously sized bullish continuation pattern since the impulse was up and now you're creating it. That means, like, we could be inside of this for a long time. I mean, I don't know, not really a long time. April 13th over here. Yep, April 30th for sure. Man, so we had our 4-hour edge, and now it's like turning into maybe the weekly has divergence. Weekly bullish divergence is serious, man. But we do need more data on Bitcoin before we can really... I mean, dude, it just turned like that light color on the histogram. Wait, what about... oh my god. You know what's funny? XRP. Poor XRP. It bounced off the demand line, right, of the pattern. The wedge, and it's barely... I mean, it's up 6.87%, but you could barely even tell. It's hard to even tell, right? So if this stays the same, you're making a lower high than your previous high. It still looks really bearish, even though if Bitcoin rallies, which Bitcoin is rallying right now, we're going to go back to it. It's at the highs of the day. It's about to be 6,600. There you go. You just cracked 6,600, chat. Oh my god. Just check it out on the screen. Clean. Crisp. Wow. What a pump, man. So 6,600, I do believe, is a major, somewhat of a resistance. Well, there's a wick right there. 6,600. Yeah, not really. I was thinking about right here, 6,500. 6,800 is it, man. Like, there's not really... Okay, I see a little resistance here. August 2018. Meh. And you're starting to already crack through this area, right, from April 2018. So, I wouldn't be surprised at this point if Bitcoin was able to hit 6,800 again, just the way it's going right now. But you can definitely see kind of an area of resistance, okay? The wick's gonna stop us.
Is it time to buy crude oil yet? Thank you for your time.
Probably not. Probably not, man. They're now like, there's word and rumors like going on that, you know, in West Texas, you can get oil for like $5 to $10 a barrel. I wouldn't touch it. I think, remember the target's $17 minimum. If you don't hold 17, you're probably going down to $11. So, nah. No real buying signal at all, man. It's an S show. It's gonna have, you know, day tomorrow when it's close, it will be the worst month for oil in history. Awful.
Is that a joint?
2 more days until we are in the 4th month of the 20th year of the new millennium. Hi.
May the 4th be with you. Absolutely. Wait, no, that's in May. What are you talking about, dude? Thanks for 420, Matthew. Thank you, man. 2 more days until we are in the 4th month of the 20th year. Yeah, 4th month. Sorry, you said Millennium. I'm like thinking Millennium Falcon. What's he talking about, dude? Sorry, man. Honest mistake, because, dude, again, like next month will be the 5th or the 4th of May, which is May the 4th be with you day, of course, and you wear your Star Wars shirt. Okay? Get off my case. Yeah, we have an entire month of 420 this year. So congratulations to all you Devil's Lettuce worshippers.
Bruh.
You just got April Fooled in March? Yeah, I guess so, man. I guess so. But technical damage done here, it's devastating. Right, look at the support. All the supports you had broken. Look, man, all of them. It was like, there's so many on the top side. So it's like, okay, the top side is clearly not acting as support. I mean, we're going back to 1980s, man. So I think the next target is $17 down here. And then maybe we'll talk. That could be a potential reversal area. Maybe. Thank you for the 20 again, Martin. So gross. But yeah, you're fine. Hey, you hadn't seen positive momentum on oil since February 26th. It seems likely in time you might see that. And then this week. This is so overbought. Not on the 4 hour. It's on the 4 hour. It's getting up right around 60. It's getting into bullish territory for Bitcoin. It's almost saying it's so overbought. Triple top's coming. You don't know, man, right? Like it could be, oh, you come up and you hit it again and you fail and then you sell off and you make another higher low, or even higher than this new demand line. More accumulation. It's possible. And what if, man? What if that happens? You know, say the extreme amount selling, you never get down to these levels. You gotta soon, at some point, once we get the data, take heed of that classic bullish divergence on the weekly. Like that is potentially being created right now. But we gotta wait and see. So, I mean, just because it's the weekly, man. How much is gas in Canada? Yeah, I mean, I've already showed the divergence. I guess I can do it again if you're so inclined. You're late, though. You're all late. So this is what would be the divergence, where you have a low, a clear, discernible valley. And now you have another clear, discernible valley developing. and you have lower levels of negative momentum on the lower lows, that is class A.
Hi, the RSI, the mayor of Greenbow, Alabama. Mitch, can you check out tops, please?
Sure, man.
Things are still looking bleak, but I still like the dogs. How many times do I have to fix my 8-track layer? Buy a new one with Ethereum. Benito caused dislikes.
Thank you so much, Robert Smith, for the 589. And it's an omen, man. XRP is with us, always, and forever. Can you look at tops? Do I even want to, man? Or am I just going to get triggered? Top Ships Incorporated? Yeah, dude. This is our scrub of the day. Wow. Wonderful. Wonderful. Just a big old bunch of in the chat. Dude, someone put on the montage parody. You know, Dorito chips, Mountain Dew, and 360 no scopes. And people screaming. Man, those are always wild rides. Okay, you get it. That's what it kind of is. All right. Remember that time we found and identified classic bullish divergence on the weekly on Bitcoin? Last time we had it, we became serious kings. So I'm just saying.
Imagine imagining.
Yes, imagining on the imagining, man. Thanks so much. Imagine the Trons. Imagine all the people. Thank you, dude. Triple tap has to be in Bitcoin. Remember what we were just looking at? It could be, but it could also be something that you can't believe. You just might not be able to believe it at all. But if you have hidden bullish, if you have classic bullish divergence in development on Bitcoin on the weekly, and then you're showing forms of accumulation on the 4-hour, it's just interesting because now it's like all these new questions I've got, you know. It's not as clear, and there is somewhat more of a small argument for the bulls, but it's that daily, man. It's that reflexive rally where, you know, we could all come to a screeching halt at 7180 or 8000 before dumping again. It's impressive, man. An impressive pivot point with a higher low. But again, you're still crap until you break 6800. Right? You're still bearish, lower high, derp until then. Sorry to hear that, Arleg, about your dog, man. Broccoli Don. Why not Broccoli Rob? Oh yeah, futures, man. The futures. Holy crap, man. We're up 0.34% on the S&P 500. FYX can't believe it. Devastated. Or it's like, FYX can't believe it, man. He's been devastated.
Correct.
I don't know if that worked. It might have. It might not have. So you wonder, is the reflex rally going to continue on the S&P 500? This is probably only good for Bitcoin, at least in the short term. Nice. Very nice. So still right a little bit above a 618 on Bitcoin from that high to low. You're at your golden retrace. You did exceed that, and then you could see 67.38 as the next target. But yeah, what are people talking about? Exhaustion, huh? What are you talking about, dude? Yeah, like all that divergence ended up being real life. Remember? Yesterday? The low the lower low, the slightly lower low with higher levels of relative strength every time. And look where you are now. You're very overbought, but you're not exhausted. 76. What's up, BTC? 420.
Is that a joint?
I mean, yeah. Is this bearish divergence? I mean, it could be, right? This is the way the 4 hour looked if you inverse it. So, yeah, dude, you're at an area where a reversal would make sense, but it could go higher, and nothing matters till you break 6,800. That's kind of about it. All right. How's old gold doing? We love gold, chat. Still just hanging around. It's just kind of like a flag, pennant, wedge, whatever you want to call it. It's like a small consolidation pattern that will break at some point, just hasn't happened yet. There you go. That's what it looks like to me anyway. Wait, that's off. It's more like just a freaking channel, right? Like I could get a parallel channel and draw this too. Easy. It would line up probably perfectly. Look at it. So you just gotta wonder, look how much you got this negative momentum, and you're not going much lower. You think about it, the impulse up, and look at this just very methodical down sloping consolidation. I mean, it kind of looks bullish. Even though, you know, you had the divergence. Well, is the divergence playing out now? It should, based on the real life fundamentals of gold, where you can't find bullions anywhere. Holy crap. We got the futures still going, man. They're still green. What makes exhaustion? Divergence, Danny. Divergence is exhaustion. It's the same thing. Oof. Got yourselves a completely different story going on another chart. Super gross. You got like silver, man. Like, I just don't like it. It just looks... You're back above that support from 2015. I mean, I guess you're technically back above now this support from 2018. So you've had a real nice reflexive rally up to breaking back above those areas, and now you're kind of trying to back test the mass support. No idea how this is going to go, man. At this point, it could keep going higher, but as you already know, oh, nice bearish divergence, man, on silver. Get destroyed. But maybe it might be getting set up to get destroyed again because you got a high on price. You got a much lower high on price, and now you're developing higher levels of positive momentum. Hidden bearish divergence. Gross. Could keep climbing. That's what I'm talking about. But at the end of the day, no matter what happens, you're gonna probably make a lower high, and this is gonna be real. Kind of reminds me of the S&P on the 4 hour. You could change the color because this is classic bearish divergence. This is hidden, so we'll make the color like, I don't do purple. Forget purple, dude. I'll do like pink or something. You can't even tell. Jeez, I don't know, man. Orange. Here you go. Get wrecked. Sorry, Billy. You can't find the silver bullion either. Yeah? Well, this should go much higher then. But that's just not always the way it goes, man. Yeah. You can't, dude. Physical gold, you wanted to buy it long before this crisis, you know? And it'd have been no big deal. You had like 10 years to buy gold. Now it's like, sorry, it's like goes back to what I say. And I'm not saying like I have physical golds, really, you know, much of it at all. But it's just going to a point, a life lesson. It's like, you know, when opportunity presents itself, it is too late to prepare. Right? So when the opportunity presents itself for you to have physical golds and for it to appreciate in value, it is too late to buy it. That applies pretty well, doesn't it, to gold and silver physical, you know? Home base. Pulling back, 65.09. That's a pretty decent pullback. I mean, yeah, over $100 of a pullback. What's up, J-Rock? Era. I don't need gold, I have XRP. Wow. Worst thing I've ever heard in my life. And before, I can't believe you'd say something like that, Ray. How is it the worst thing you've ever heard, man? Alright. Been live now for 47 minutes. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit that like button, the bell, that sub. Do it just for the price action Bitcoin's been yielding, you know? And how about the stock market for continuing its rally too? The reflexive rally. We haven't hit even a 38% retrace on the S&P 500. You'd think we'd hit at least the 382 before reversing, but as we know from history, normally the 50% is a good spot for a reversal. J-Togs, you have digital currency that is not worth anything? Huh? I don't understand. Let's clean this one up and look at it. Just random S coin. I don't know, like you got like Monero spring cleaning chart. And I mean, you know, this looks very similar to Bitcoin on the daily. It doesn't look bullish. It just looks like bearish consolidation. And I know you're engulfing right now. You're starting to anyway. You got an hour, 10 minutes till this confirmation. But look, you know, like the daily on Monero, you know what is going on, right? You've got a high on price. You've got a much lower high on price. And you've got higher levels of positive momentum. What is that, chat? I'm trying to make sure. Look, maybe if I ask, you'll answer, and maybe you'll read chat and you'll be like, oh my God, I learned something. I don't know if you haven't. What is that? So much for no lag. There you go, Eddie. Eddie did it. Hidden bearish. And no, Eddie wins. You all lose. Except him. So impending price action, continuation to the downside. But what if we go to the weekly? Are we going to have like contradicting stuff? Yeah, we sure are. If you couldn't even believe it, man. Look at this. You know, it's like a... Actually, this one isn't as clear. This actually kind of isn't classic divergence. But I get it. It's like from this low to this low. You know, it's like, where do you pick? Because this is a kind of a different low than this one. But if you just go from like here, from this peak to the new one, you know, it is classic weekly bullish divergence. Not as clear, but that could be signifying a little bit of Seller exhaustion at critical support. Nice. My God, dude. What makes it hidden bearish? I've explained it like 3 or 4 times in the stream alone, so don't know what else I can do. So did you have a good day today? Did y'all, my God, man, like how many of y'all, I know we've got like 122 people on the vote we had yesterday that can't work. What are y'all doing today? What did y'all do today? 122 y'all. The people that worked, hey, you're lucky, man. A lot of the people can't. Tell me. Hiking, nice, nice. Yeah, hiking is amazing, dude. So cathartic. Grub working from home, aka stocks. There you go, dude. Lil James, the only person in his office building. Oh, it's nuts though. That vote, you understand? 38% and 62%. Those are 2 Fibonacci sequences or Fibonacci numbers, whatever. Time to chug. Yeah, dude. No, I didn't know that friggin' yesterday, man. God. I still owe one, too. I had to wave the white flag. It's ridiculous. Lady Plants delivered groceries for the oldies. Good on you, because, I mean, talked to my grandma today. You know, it's like the elderly are, oof. You understand, like, for older people, mortality rate is very, very possible. It doesn't matter, like, even if they're healthy, it's just, it sucks, man. Drink Troll, he's been on a major hiatus. Probably busy with stuff. But we had, like, a new Drink Troll yesterday for the most part. Why would I check out KCS if it's now on TradingView, you know? I don't see KCS on TradingView. Oh, unless you're KuCoin. Is it on just KuCoin? Huh? Yeah, it's up 11.47%. Okay. Probably news or something. This one's kind of interesting. Maybe. I don't know. It looks like a bunch of distribution, and then there's a buy wall. It's not really bullish, man. This is not really a good looking. You're talking about KuCoin share to tether, the weekly. This is the weekly chart. So it's like a base, and then it's like you got lower highs. You got distribution going on quietly, calmly. It seems possible in time. I mean, you could run up and make another lower high, but this could break. And if it does, man, good chance you're coming down to like 46 cents. Barely holding on, man. Get that right. But there's certainly distribution going on here. I mean, it's over and over and over again. But yeah, you are look, you sprung, you're back testing the spring. And yeah, it does look on the daily on KuCoin. It does look like, look at that beautiful bullish divergence going on both oscillators. That's good looking right there. That's gorgeous. That's what I want to see on Bitcoin on the daily. I'm not getting it. Bitcoin's just not giving me what I want on the daily. It sucks. Hello. Russian Bear is an aircraft maintenance controller for a fleet of corporate charter aircraft. Luckily, he can work remotely. Yeah, that is definitely lucky. 3 out of 7 in his group have been laid off. Glad to hear you weren't one of them. Tough times, man. really. What does distribution means? What does it mean? It means that people are selling, right? Very, very simple stuff. I'll just do it on the other screen because it won't save. Yeah, I guess there may be new people in here. Maybe not. Probably not. But so when you have a rally, you make a higher low, a higher high, higher low, higher high, or you form a base. And you make higher lows, right? When you have higher lows, that's accumulation, right? Like the buyers own more than they did on the previous valley, so you're accumulating, and you can have sell walls often, and it keeps suppressing the price. But in every time, there's too much supply up here. And so the buyers see that there's just too many sellers and they relent, and the sellers take back over, and then you sell off and you pivot and you just make that higher low. And again, that's accumulation. And so eventually what can happen is you just get a huge break to the upside. So accumulation, the inverse of accumulation is in fact distribution, where all you do is you make lower highs. Market participants offloading their position, and a lot of times as market participants form the base, so they're able to get out quietly without creating a panic crash scenario. So distribution, lower highs, that's what it means. Okay, does that has to help, right? That's right. People are trying to unload their positions without tanking the price all at once. Yeah, the Bob Rosses, 64.80. Sorry, Bitcoin, you got a lower high for now, but it could keep going because like the daily, right? Isn't the daily a bullish engulfing candle? Yeah, see, that's very interesting too. Engulfing. I don't know how that's gonna play out. How much more follow through we'll get. I mean, you can definitely kind of see here too. You got two reaction highs. This one's not really confirmed yet. You get any follow through, you could say it could be a reaction low, and that's what you need. Two reaction highs, two reaction lows for a valid ascending triangle pattern. Paul Murray's a freelance cameraman. Lots of corporate clients, including the largest investment firms in London. Writing was on the wall. Forages, and his work essentially dried up in January before the virus effect.
Hi Mitch, any thoughts about that crap dollar vet? This SH#T has been so tired lately. 70.279400 XRP.
What's up, Kazal? Thank you for the freaking 70 XRP. Oh my god. He is the XRP army emissary. Thank you, dude. No, I don't have much to say about Vechain. The technicals are just terrible, dude. Oh man, it's just kind of bad, it's good you're trying to break back above this support from October 2019, but look here, listen, there's all kinds of support resistance here. You made no retrace. It's awful. It's like underperforming so bad. Look, high to low. What have we done? Oh my goodness. You've only hit a 23% retrace. Not one day where traders settled up on the daily above the 236, which you're at it. That's gnarly. Bitcoin at least ran up 42, 43%, maybe even 45% of the way. So kind of gross. No divergence really at all. Now, you sell off again, we will probably get divergence. The MACD. I mean, how are you gonna match that on the next sell off, dude? You probably not. So you'll get divergence on the next. So you'll gain an edge on the market probably the next time we sell off. Okay, But for now, I don't see an edge for buyers yet. It's bad, dude. It's like actually not good at all. And I feel bad, man. I feel bad for Vet Moon Boy, you know. He's out there somewhere in space wondering, what are we going to do, man? Yeah, we'll just do it for old time's sake. That's about it. It's not doing things at all, actually. I mean, this is kind of Vechain right now.
That boy is good. Good and terrible.
Yep. So, you know, it's good, man. It's real good news that you got an engulfing candle that is only 58 minutes away from the paint drying. And once that paint's dry, it's there forever. But the question is, will there be follow-through on this bullish engulfing candle? And if so, will we be able to break the major 6800 historical resistance area? You see it? Or will we fail again and sell off and eventually, you know, go where we had been thinking, or we were waiting on that daily divergence?
When our pattern's considered invalid. For example, TLT broke the neckline Friday and returned below it but never made the right shoulder. ENS still in play?
That's not a good example, Spencer. Because like on TLT, if you just contradicted yourself in a way, right? You're like, when is the pattern considered invalid? It broke the neckline but never created the right shoulder. Right there, man. If it never created the shoulder, it was never patterned to begin with. You see what I'm saying? Thank you for 420 TLT Connect. And this is just me thinking out loud here about, it's not valid at all. It's just me thinking about harmonics and stuff. Like, it's the waves where you're on this like last wave. You know, it was like XA, AB, BC, and then CD. Yeah, something like that, where you might see an 886 or a 786. You got so close to a 786, and you created a beautiful, you'd call it a shooting star. Beautiful bearish reversal pattern, and look at the follow through you got with it. You know, that little pennant, that was it, man. It wasn't very good. So it could be reversing now. He's talking about this though. He's like inverse head and shoulders, but it's like, dude, you never had a right shoulder, so how in the world could you ever call it an inverse head and shoulders? Right? That's the left shoulder. He's talking about the head, but then there was no right shoulder. There was just some consolidation, and he wants to say that this was the neckline. It's just not. It's not. It was a resistance, right? You could just plot it like that, but to say, look, it's even back testing it now. Look, it's holding, or trying to. At least it was right at it at close. So that means, like, if you get a major, that's an awesome candle, dude. I mean, let's see some serious follow through for that just to be respected. Gorgeous. You know, you could sell off again, and maybe there might be a good buying opportunity at 152. And then it could be, at that point, it could be some sort of slanted neckline, right? Right? Whatever. Wasn't really much of a pattern. Did break a resistance, but as soon as it broke the resistance, it showed a bearish reversal pattern. Gross. Okay. So below 6,500 now, where at one point today, just around the time I was started streaming, 66.32. Volatility on Bitcoin's real.
Is that a joint?
Kang's always learning.
Thank you, Spencer, man, for the support. Really appreciate it, dude. And that's life, man. Life should always be about learning, trying to move forward. Back to the 4 hour. Underwhelming rally. It's like a rally. So yeah, again, you hit the 618, right? You're below the 618. You hit it and you're now pulling back. So yeah, head and shoulders, man. It's very possible. Like, I mean, it's getting close enough to, you know, where you got candle closes. I understand it. People be like, no way, but you gotta look where traders settled up. That was my thought process back here. This is how we've had a great trade set up. I used left shoulder head, right shoulder on the daily. This was a candle low close on the daily, not the 4 hour, and it was a critical support looking left, and the bullish engulfing candle was that was trigger. It was the higher low. I dug it, man. Back test of the spring. Let's see if it's still there. Man, I would hope so, right? There it is. You see what I'm saying? Like, this was my thought process. Like, that you forget the wick, man. Traders settled up here, so that was why I chose this engulfing candle as the long, and we became kings before hitting a 50% retrace of the Jesus reversing, and then the whole world collapsed. And here we are, right back to, we're below the entry level from early January. We thought the roaring 20s was coming, man. And it has been everything but the boring 20s too, man. Oh my god, dude. It's crazy. JD has 20 billion XRP. Let's go. Alright, chat. So, been live an hour and 7 minutes. Let's take a look back at those futures. Starting to sell off a little bit now. But the rally's been good. Who knows? We're probably just going to say it every day now. Where it looks okay now. I mean, you're down. You're at nothing. You're at 0.03% on the S&P. So it's like what everything's going to happen on the futures. The best laid plans of mice and men go awry. Bitcoin 64.42 and falling. Remember that 64.30 area is the support resistance that you want to stay above, but man, $618, the golden retrace before you hit that, and now you pulled back. Less than an hour. So thanks for the nearly 800 people here. Holy crap, thanks for the 424 likes. We'll see if we can get 500 likes just to laugh at the dislike troll. Right. He's sad with the void in his own life. So let's make him feel even worse with the likes.
Bruh.
See, man, I'll tell you, dude. You look at another altcoin. Look at Litecoin here. I mean, I get it. It's up 5% today, but not after. Look at the crash, man. It just still looks so bearish. Like you're just trying so hard to rally, but it's methodical. And it's just like what you see, man. That's like the textbook bearish consolidation. This right here. It's gross. So we plot, the channel like this. You haven't broken out anything yet. All right, look at that. And if you plot, anchoring 1 and 2 or 1 and 2, you have broken out of the wedge already, if you wanted to call it that. But this is a really conservative way of looking at it, so you don't make yourself think that we had a bearish breakout. Just still flagging, man. Classic RSI bearish divergence. Because you're making lower highs. It's just bearish convergence. It's not bullish. Yeah. And, but you just don't want to mislabel something. It's really important to really get the understanding of what divergence or convergence is. It's impossible to make bearish divergence when you're making technical lower highs than your previous highs. It's impossible. All that can be happening is you're making bearish convergence at that point, right? Because price is going down and also the oscillator is going down. They're parallel. Oh yeah, let's take a look at that. So your futures chart, you know, the downtrend you're in, someone's talking about a gap. You like kind of did fill the gap, man, in a way on the wick, dude, right? 66, 65. I mean, come on. That could easily be enough right there to fill that gap. And now look at the candle, gross. Yeah, but holding support, you know, yesterday, big time, just like on spot price. That's big time support held. But only to fill it, and now, you know, I don't know. It's like the selling is kind of starting to commence on Bitcoin a little bit with less than an hour to go on the daily candle. Gotta clean this up a little bit. We were so close to 38% retrace on Bitcoin too. It's nuts. Yes, for yes, absolutely. Or if we can't sustain prices above 64.30, yeah, we could see ourselves right back down to 58.80 very fast again. Yep. Good way to look at it, like you have broke out of the wedge, the pattern, but you could also be developing a brand new pattern at the same time. Okay. So I don't know, man. Like it's you know, did the morning stream today. You know, so when you're up like all day and the day is like ending, it's just like and I mean I exercised too, ran multiple miles, so I'm just tired. So yeah. I think you have some clarity, you know, knowing where 6400 is, what it is. It's you want to close the day above that, not below it. And if you can close above it, there's a chance you could rally all the way up to 6,800 tomorrow or the next couple of days. But you just saw a lot of selling come in real fast, and you have not made a higher high. You can't really be too bullish on Bitcoin till you really break 6,800. That's it. Whole Foods employees plan a strike and a walkout tomorrow. Isn't that a bot, chat? Alicia Potty? Come on, dude. It's gotta be a bot. Okay. So thank y'all so much for watching. Thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions. I'll just be back tomorrow. 6400s, very important. You're on the cusp of a bullish engulfing candle. on the daily. And you could be working on classic bullish divergence on the weekly, which would be insane, dude. So I'll be back. Till next time. Respect the T. Hey.
anybody else turd nuggets?